They better be ready for the big boys. 4 rounds of heavyweights between Chucky Brown and Philly's John Poore. Chucky Brown is a 5'9" heavyweight. He checked in just under 200 pounds. He's now 3-1, entering his 8th pro fight. Drives a forklift back in Ohio. And you know he's going to have to do some heavy lifting tonight because he's given up 4 inches and nearly 20 pounds to John Poore. He was born and raised in the Philly area. Perfect 10-0 with 10 knockouts. 4 of those have come in the first round. Teddy, John Poore got his start in tough man competitions. Said he wasn't much of an athlete during his high school days, but he's turned into one here as he's matured. Eddie Cotton, your referee, scheduled for 4 rounds, heavyweights.
Well, if you liked the last fight and you thought they were both exciting, which they were, you got to like this guy, John Poore. He's crude, he's raw, he's not polished. He only had tough man contests. He didn't have real amateur background, but he's got power and he's got heart, and he's a heavyweight. And every fight I've ever seen him has been exciting.
Round number 1 between Poore and Brown.
Brown has been knocked out 2 times. Trying not to make it 3, but he's going to have to really box and move. Because Poore, as I said, he's raw, he's crude, but he does have power. As you said, Brown, 18 pounds lighter than Poore.
John Poore looks like something out of one of those tough man contests. He's got the physical stature, 6'3", 215 pounds, big upper body, a little top heavy, Teddy.
The one thing that he doesn't have so far is the ability to punch when he's not set. He can't adjust on the fly too well. He needs you in front of him. He needs his feet set to be able to punch. And Brown's trying not to give him that. Brown's trying to use some movement, pick his spots. Poore's not easy to, he's not hard to find. He's right in front of you. His strength is when he can find you. Give Brown credit so far. He's a smaller man, but he's using that for an asset. He's quicker. He's moving. He's not letting Poore use his strength so far. Jumping in, tying up. And then when he gets outside, he gets separated by the referee. He tries to make sure that he uses those legs.
40% of John Poore's knockouts have come in the first round. He's still trying to find his target here with a minute to go in this opening stanza.
The problem for Poore, again, he's raw, he's crude. No real amateur background, just tough man contest. He needs to be set to punch. So far, Brown hasn't been letting him get set.
Now John Poore, you can see blood trickling above the right eye.
Look at Brown, the smaller man, and say, why is he inside? Well, the reason he's inside is he's smothering Poore because he notices that Poore needs room to punch.
And he's using that cut as a target is Chucky Brown, but the smaller man comes in with that head a lot. Hard to tell if it was the head that did the damage there.
Poore needs to just land one punch. And in order to land it, I think he needs to just stay where he is, not keep coming forward. He's set right about here. And just wait for that, for Brown to come in. And then just time Brown coming in.
Now we'll continue with the heavyweights when we come back. The everlasting ESPN banner sharing space above the ring here on Friday Night Fights. Round number 2 between John Poore and Chucky Brown, scheduled for 4 rounds for these heavyweights here at Dover Downs Slots in Dover, Delaware.
Brown is doing things that really should get him in trouble, but he's getting away with it. He's jumping in with punches. But so far, Poore hasn't timed him coming in yet.
And that cut above the right eye in the first round was caused by a Chucky Brown punch.
Poore needs room to punch. So Brown, what's he doing? He's staying as close as he can, like a wet t-shirt, on Poore. But I think the window of opportunity is right there, even though Brown landed. Every time Brown wants to get in, he jumps in and reaches in a little bit. Now Poore's giving himself a little room, and that's what he needs to do.
And a big thunderous right to the temple has floored Chucky Brown.
Once Poore started giving himself just a little room, and I got to give him credit, as crude as he is, and this fight's going to be over, as crude as he is, he saw that, Joe. He pushed off, he stepped back a little bit, he used his arm to extend ground from him. He got just a little room to do what he had to do, land a punch. And you knew once he landed a punch, it wasn't a matter of whether or not Brown could survive it. It was just a matter of whether or not Poore would get an opportunity to land one. It wasn't a matter of what was going to happen. Brown been knocked out twice before. You knew he was going to be hurt when he got hit by Poore. Poore can punch. It was just a matter of whether or not Poore was going to get a chance to land one. He made an opportunity for himself that moment. He got a little room. He extended Brown with his hands, and then he was able to turn this fight his way.
So good sportsmanship. Fought hard.
Now let's take a look at how John Poore was able to finish off Chucky Brown in this second round, Teddy.
Well, when they were close, Poore had no room. But right there, you could see Poore was able to get a little room, and then he could move his hands. Just a little separation. You could see, even here, he steps back a little bit, pushes off a little bit, gets a little bit of distance, and he's able to get the job done. Once again, another little in close, nothing's going to happen. Now, Poore knows it. Look, he says, I got to separate myself. I got to get a little room. He gets the room. Nothing fancy. Gets the room, and he can start clubbing. And Brown was not doing well with the clubs.
Those pendulum mechanical right hands score for John Poore. He's very happy about the results of his 11th fight. Why? Because he's perfect. 11 fights, 11 wins, 11 knockouts. From just up the road in nearby Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, John Poore comes south and grabs himself a knockout win. Ryan and Max, a lot of action here from Dover Downs, and knockouts doubled up back